Okay, everybody was very speedy with their draft building, and we're into match one. This is an obvious mulligan. One land is just not going to do it, so we're going to mull that. No lands is not going to do it. We're going to mull that. One land is not going to do it. This is not a good start to my pilot episode. We're going to mull to 4, and we're going to keep that. So this is obviously not the way we want to start out. We have our first land drop. If we draw our second land, we can get into Satyr Wayfinder, which then might get us somewhere, possibly, but not a good start. Well, there's the land drop we need, so we'll drop that down. And we will ship the turn over. Well, at least he's playing a bit slow as well. Here comes the Satyr Wayfinder. Of course, we've drawn nothing but lands. I wouldn't mind getting a plains here. Not that I have anything to cast with it. But hey, maybe I can beat in with my Satyr Wayfinder. So what do we ship away? We don't hit a single land. Oh, this is hilarious. Well, there go all those creatures. Satyr Wayfinder, you're going to need to bring this home. Well, in 2 turns, if he plays a 1-1, I can hunt the Week It, but that's currently my game plan. No 3-drop. I'm okay with that. Alright, there's a plains. Yeah. What could he have? Nothing that I'd really care about. Let's swing in with the 1-1. Get in there for 1. First blood. I'm winning this match. For now. What's the 4-drop gonna be? Well, he's mono blue so far. M15 Path Mage. That's a good card. It blocks my Satyr Wayfinder. Could make my Satyr Wayfinder a 3/3 with Vigilance, but that still gets killed by him. Still might be the best play. Following turn, I could hunt the Weak and make it bigger, kill things. I guess I have to go all in Satyr Wayfinder. You do what you gotta do when you mull to 4, and maybe should have mulled to 3. I will not attack with my 3/3. He would just trade with it, and it would be textbook definition 2 for 1. Well, he's thinking. He's thinking. 4-drop. No land drop yet. I know there's a Frost Lynx or 2 out there. Tap down my Satyr Wayfinder, start bashing in on me. He could basically do anything and start bashing in on me. If he kills Mr. Satyr Wayfinder, I'm in a huge amount of trouble. Encrust does not do what you think it does. It does not tap my creature, and he has Vigilance. Unfortunately, that was a big mistake on his part. I've made that mistake as well, so he shouldn't feel too bad about it. There are similar cards to Encrust that do tap the creature when it gets enchanted, and then it stops them from untapping. Encrust does not do that. Encrust just stops them from untapping. It doesn't tap them in the first place. Maybe he doesn't realize that my Satyr Wayfinder has Vigilance as well. Or maybe he has something that can tap it in the future, who knows. But we are going to hunt the Weak. Make my Satyr Wayfinder a little bit bigger, make him a 4/4. Kill that Pathfinder. And then I'm going to bash in for 4. I have Ephemeral Shields up. I can protect my Satyr Wayfinder if he tries to kill him somehow. And we are shockingly in an okay position at the moment. I'm just about out of gas, unfortunately, which is not good. Oppressive Raise. I don't terribly care about that. As I said, it's a great, turn 1, turn 2 play, but for now, I'll pay the 3 mana to bash in. Not only that, I can pay the 3 and still have enough for Ephemeral Shields. Charging Rhino. Do I want another 4/4? No, I think I just want to keep bashing in with this guy. Maybe make him think that I don't really have anything. I will pay like that. Maybe force his hand for some sort of destruction spell or some sort of trade that I can stop with the ephemeral shields. But as it stands, I'm feeling like I'm in an okay position. He's not going to block here. He's going to go to 11. He's got 3 cards now left in his hand. We're starting to be on even footing. Surprisingly, after those mulls. So he's got a land drop down to 2 cards. And there we go, he gives up. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been too upset about that mull to 4. And maybe I shouldn't have been so disparaging to Satyr Wayfinder. So we didn't see terribly much of his deck. He had an Amphin Pathmage, he's got an Encrust, he's got an Oppressive Ray, so he does look like he's trying to be some sort of control-y blue-white. I didn't see many flyers, so with those enchantments, maybe I want to... I never did get a Naturalize. Huh. With those enchantments, maybe I do want to get Solemn Offering in. If I got an invasive species, I could bounce back whatever was enchanted. That might not be a terrible idea. And that way I get a body and enchantment destruction, or pseudo-enchantment destruction. That's tempting. I think I'll do that. Invasive species, and I'll pitch the Wall of Mulch for the invasive species. Pillar of Light, I didn't see anything big on his side. Restock, I still don't think I want that in yet. So yeah, I think that's going to be the deck, and we're going to see how game 2 goes. Maybe I actually get 7 cards. Do I get 7 cards? Maybe? Invasive species isn't really the 3-drop I want to do, but I think I might just keep this. It's not a great hand, it's kind of meh. But I will keep it, because I don't want to try my luck after those mull decisions in game 1. Ooh, leads with a 1-drop. Selfless Cathar, the Selfless Cathar that I passed up. Maybe he'll get there with his own 1/1. Alright, Forest and go. I got a Netcaster Spider, which I can play instead of the invasive species on turn 3, which is definitely nice. Netcaster Spider, of course, is also great against presumably what his deck could be. Blue-white traditionally would be a Flyers deck. Triplicate Spirits, Welcome Turn, Geist of the Moor, etc. And having a Netcaster Spider to block all those would be great. No 2-drop. No 2-drop of mine either. So I will ship the turn right back to him. So next turn, I think definitely that Netcaster Spider is going to come down. Invasive species, I really don't want to bounce a land back and be behind a land. Didn't attack. What on earth could that be? 4 mana Convoke spell? Not even sure. Anyways, Netcaster Spider comes down. That's going to block that Selfless Cathar for days. Next turn, Razorfoot Griffin comes down, and I just start bashing in the air, I think. I could, of course, super ramp with Nissa's Expedition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. But I don't necessarily want to do that just yet. Maybe once I see my Genesis Hydra, that would be a good play. Alright, so what's he gonna do? He's gonna throw Oppressive Rays onto it. That is exactly why I sided this invasive species in. So yeah, I think next turn maybe I pull out the invasive species, bounce back the Netcaster Spider. He's gonna swing in for 1 here. I cannot block it. I will take the 1. Yeah, just invasive species. Yep. So let's pop that in. I will pull my Netcaster Spider back. There goes your Oppressive Rays. I would have preferred to get rid of the Encrust, but based on his mana, I feel like maybe he would have played that, although maybe he learned his lesson that it doesn't tap. Okay, he's just reading the card or waiting. There we go. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to pop back. There we go. I'm going to pop that Netcaster Spider back to my hand. There goes your Oppressive Raise. And ship the turn back. So next turn, Razorfoot Griffin. If I draw a land, I might instead do Netcaster Spider or Resco Swiftclaw. Just get more creatures out, get the Convoke going more heavily, and maybe getting an Overwhelm. Of course, on the other hand, if I draw a bomb, my Archangel or Hydra, maybe I'll take the turn to do Nissa's Expedition, get my mana up to pull the bomb out next turn. So what's coming out here? 4-drop Path Mage. Okay, sure. He could start swinging in with that, making it unblockable, but it wouldn't be a wise move on his part. So there's the Forest. So do I do the Netcaster Spider and the Swiftclaw, or do I do Razorfoot Griffin? He's down to 3 cards. I feel like maybe I just want the board presence. I'm going to swing in here. I'm going to offer the trade with the Path Mage. And if he goes for it, I might Titanic Growth and do Netcaster Spider. Although I might just trade with him. Depends on if he has a combat trick. I don't think he would. Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that trade. It gets rid of that unblockable ability. It would just be nice to get rid of it. Yeah, I'll go for the trade here. Is it a trade? Does he have something? What could he have for 1 blue? Well, he could have Ephemeral Shields. Should have thought of that. Could have Ephemeral Shields. There's not much that he could bounce with. Alright, we're just trading. So there they go. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to drop this Netcaster Spider. And I'm going to drop this Oresco Swiftclaw. 2 creatures, that leaves me with Ephemeral Shields up. Next turn we drop the Razorfoot Griffin and start swinging in the air. He's at 4 cards, so he has plays. Or hopefully he has plays. So sitting there staring down a Selfless Cathar. Joining it is... so now he's dropping the Encrust down. That's actually a pain if I was going to use Netcaster Spider for Convoking. But I think I'm okay just to not attack with the Netcaster Spider and just keep him back in case of flyers or things like that. Willforged Golem, 4, 5, 6. I could drop him. Get a 4/4 on the ground. No, I think I want the flyer. I think I want to start getting in the air. So we'll drop down Razorfoot Griffin and we'll just pass the turn. I don't want to trade my Swiftclaw for a Selfless Cathar. That's not terribly a fair trade. So if he doesn't have something to remove that Razorfoot Griffin, I do have Inevitability now in the air. Next turn, depending on what I draw, Nissa's Expedition might be the play, just to get those lands ready for my Genesis Hydra, or my Overwhelm, or something like that. So he's down to 3 cards. He's got 6 lands. He can probably cast anything in his deck now. And he's going to. He's going to hit me with Capsho Kite Fins. I have to read this every time. Whenever it or another creature enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. Oh, he's going to tap my Netcaster Spider. Oh, That's mean. And it has flying too. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll tap something else by accident. That's my hope. No, he knows what he's doing. So he taps the Netcaster Spider, so now the Encrust truly takes effect. That Netcaster Spider is, I think, out of the game. My invasive species is already gone. Don't really know if I have a way of removing that Encrust. But I'm okay with that. I'm going to swing in with this Razorfoot Griffin, make him think that I made a mistake or something, and then slam down a Titanic Growth. Get rid of that Capsho Kite Fins. Get rid of him in the air. It'll just make things a bit more clean. Is he going to go for it? No, he assumes I have something. So I'm just going to let this come through. What do I have? I have 6 mana. That's more than enough for Overwhelm with my crew. Well, I don't want to convoke my creatures, actually. I don't really know if I want a Nissa's Expedition this turn, or if I just want to get Willforged Golem out. I think I want the creature out, so we're going to go with that. We're not going to pay Convoke at all, we're just going to pay for it. That still keeps Ephemeral Shields up. So yeah, I think we're good to go here. Well, I think we're both just playing to our bombs now. We both have more than enough mana, and we're both just kind of waiting. Hopefully he has something better than Capsho Kite Fins. I didn't terribly see any white or blue bombs going around, but that doesn't mean that he didn't first pick them, or pick them before it came to me. So I've got a 4-drop. What's this going to be? 5-drop. Nimbus of the Isles, another flyer. I knew there had to be flyers in his deck somewhere. 2 3/3 flyers. That's a bit of a pain. My Resolute Archangel would deal with them quite handily. Once I can deal with them with my Razorfoot Griffin and Titanic Growth. But after that, I don't know what I'm going to do about a 3/3 flyer. Would have been nice to get a Plummet. In comes the Capsho Kite Fins. And the Selfless Cathar. I will gladly take that, because I will slam right back in with the Oresco Swiftclaw. And the Willforged Golem. If he wants to race me, I'm perfectly happy to race. Especially because I'm playing to my Overwhelm. So what do we get? We get a Forest. That's not terribly what I want. So if I swing in, I could trade there with Titanic Growth and hit him for 7, taking him to 11. If he doesn't block 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I could take him to 5. He would hit me back for 3, 6, upwards of 8. I think I just swing with everything and try to turn this into a race. Let's see if he tries to offer the trade here. He does. So we're gonna do that for sure. Knock his Nimbus of the Isles out of the skies. Hit him for 7, take him to a... Ooh, what's he got? What's he got? Ah, pretty tricksy. Yep, you can peel those from reality, sure. So that fizzles. He still takes 7, goes to 11. So I will recast him. I can Ephemeral Shields once. He can swing in for 6, taking me to 8. But I would snap back for 9, putting him to 2. So I'm still winning this race. He's got 2 cards. One's a Selfless Cathar. So it all comes down to what did he draw, and we're going to see it right here. He drew a Heliod's Pilgrim. Interesting. I wonder what he's got left. The Oppressive Raise is gone. The Encrust is gone. What does he have left? Hopefully not a Spectre Ward or anything like that. He's choosing a card. And the card is... Oh, the card is Spectre Ward. Well, we might be done here. Unfortunately, I cannot race against Spectre Ward. But seeing Spectre Ward means that absolutely I'm putting Solemn Offering in if I don't win this game. He does not attack. He just sits back and says, "Come at me." And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swing in with my Swiftclaw and the Willforged Golem. See what he offers for trades here. It's probably a mistake on my part, because he can trade the Selfless Cathar for the Swiftclaw here. I don't know if he's going to be willing to take the 4, because who knows if I have another Titanic Growth or something like that. Getting the Selfless Cathar out of the way, though, allows me to not worry about these becoming 4/4s for a turn. So he's going to trade like that, leaving just his flyers. I guess I'm okay with that. I could save him, not bring out the wall. No. No, I think once that Spectre Ward comes down, I'm just toast anyways. So we're going to drop the Wall of Essence. And then I think we'll drop the Nissa's Expedition. And that's going to be that. He's going to swing in for 6 in the air. Yeah, 6 in the air. Dropping me to 8. Does Spectre Ward give... where is it? I'll have to find it in a second. So I get to put 2 into the battlefield. Yeah, just had to check that for a second. So in goes planes, and in goes another planes. So Spectre Ward, does it give? It gives +2/+2 as well. So that's 8 coming at me. And I would come at him for 6. Well, I think he's got this game. The race is unfortunately going to come to an end. If he swings in and I top deck an Overwhelm, I can win it. But that's about my only out. So yeah, I definitely need to sideboard in the Solemn Offering, just to knock that Spectre Ward right out of there. Invasive Species, of course. Knocked Oppressive Raise out, it would have knocked Encrust out, but it doesn't do anything against Spectre Ward. Well, he must have drawn something good. He's thinking about it. Spectre Ward's a 4-drop or a 5-drop? 5-drop. So white, white, blue, blue, blue. So he Spectre Wards and probably has no mana left for anything else, which is good. So he's got his 5 tap. Spectre Wards is going to come in on, doesn't terribly matter which one, I imagine. It's going on the Kite Fins. He can bash in for 8. I will go to 6. He doesn't bash in. Okay. Paragon, you're not what I want to see. Well then. Are we in a stalemate here? I wouldn't see why he wouldn't have attacked. Maybe he's terrified of the potential Overwhelm. That's about all I could see. I'm obviously going to not attack. I still have a Hunt the Weak. I could actually Hunt the Weak Willforged Golem against Capture Kite Fins because it protects from colors, and he is not a color. That's another possible out against Spectre Ward. I'm obviously not going to attack in right now because it's a 4-4 against a 5-5. So I will just pass the turn. I'm really surprised he didn't attack last turn. Gives me an extra turn. Maybe he didn't want me to... Ooh. Oh. So the hope here is that he hits the Griffin, because I need that Golem up and running. Oh, he gets to hit 2 things, but 1. So he taps the Paragon down with the Kite Fin, so that will on tap. What's he going to hit with the Frostlinks? He should hit the Golem, because that Golem is what's going to potentially win me the game, if I can pull it out here. He might instead hit the Griffin, assuming that he can then just... Yeah, there we go. He hits the Golem. So I have 1 turn of chump blocking with the Griffin. I can chump block the 3-3. 2 turns if I desperately wanted to use up my ephemeral shields. And maybe I do, you know? He might not attack anything else. Grind Clock. He's playing Grind Clock. Okay. Well, somebody had to take it, I suppose. Charge counter on to Grind Clock. Is he going to swing in here? He's going to swing in with just the 5-5, which I cannot chump block. So that's going to take me to 9. I'm going to draw. It's just a plains. I'll keep that back, keep him guessing. And I will just say go. Be nice if my Wall of Essence had reach. So he's got me on a 2-turn clock. He can swing in for 5, say go, and then swing in for 5 and win. I have to tap him to give a green creature trample. That's unfortunate. Well, maybe he'll try to be cute here and try to mill me out or something. I doubt it, though. So in comes the Capture Kite Fin for the penultimate attack here. That's going to take me to 4. He's got 1 card back still. Could be anything. Could be nothing. Well, I really need Hunt the Weak, I think. And that's about it. And I pull a Genesis Hydra. So Genesis Hydra... well, I'm going to show him that I have it. I don't know. Resolute Archangel, actually. 8. I'm going to go through almost half my deck. So I have about a 50% chance of hitting Resolute Archangel here. This would be huge. It would put me back to a 4-turn clock. It would give me an 8-8 on the ground. And of course I don't hit it. Of course. So, oh wait. What the hell am I thinking? It completely blended in there. Yeah, Resolute Archangel right there. I'm going back to 20. And things have gotten interesting. These go back in my library, or do they go in the graveyard? They go back into my library. Good, good. So I'm going to have an 8-8 on the ground. I'm going to have a 4-4 in the air, and I'm going to go back to 20. Alright, let's make sure I do this correctly. Hit OK. And then I get to choose an on-land permanent. I'm going to choose Resolute Archangel. Watch his 1 card be Hushwing Griff or something. That would be terrible. So Resolute Archangel comes in. I'm going to jump back to 20. There we go. That feels good. 8-8 Genesis Hydra. I'm going to swing in with my 4-4. Because if I need to, I can Ephemeral Shields it. Maybe he'll even double block and I'll get to kill the Nimbus. Just chump blocks with the Frost Links. Okay, sure. I can give my Genesis Hydra trample. It's a 9/9 right now. If he blocks 4, would bleed through, because of course protection does not stop all damage. The 4 extra would go through. A lot of people don't know that. Based on a couple of plays he's made, I'm hoping maybe he doesn't know that. But yeah, suddenly this game is looking a lot better. If I can win after mulling to 4, I can apparently win after being at 4 life. So he drops an Ensoul Artifact on Grind Clock. That's why he's playing Grind Clock. So he's got a 5/5 Grind Clock. Okay, that's interesting. So next turn, I suppose I swing in with just the Genesis Hydra. See if he comes at me. He does not. So, ooh, I've got him marked by honor as well. He's got 1 card. I think we just suit up the Genesis Hydra. Make it an 11/11 with Vigilance. He would have to block with everything to kill it and to stop the damage from coming through. So I'm going to swing in with that 11/11. I'm going to see what he blocks with. I'm going to give it trample, of course. It doesn't have trample by itself, right? No. Going to see what he blocks with. If he threatens to kill it, I have an Ephemeral Shields that I've been keeping all game to save him. He responds by saying gay. Yes, this is a classy individual here. So he blocks with the Nimbus, which is a 3/3. Well, I'm going to stomp right on through that. Give him a good little 8 damage here. 3 to him, 8 to you. You go to 3. Pass the turn. And things are looking good. Things are looking good. He's got 2 cards. He could have something like a Mass Calcify, although that would kill his guys as well. Actually, a Mass Calcify would be awesome. It would leave almost everything I have up. Wow. I think we're actually going to win this one. And we do. Sometimes I surprise myself, and that is a perfect example of never, ever, ever giving up. So I will see you back here for round 2.